Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Just Gaming today. Sorry, I was clicking there and making menus come up. But welcome back to Just Gaming today. Today we're going to play some more Infinitode 2. Now, I've done a lot of gaming in the background to kind of advance things a little bit, so we can get to some new levels and whatnot. In the process of that, you can see here I picked up more than a few trophies. Let's kind of review the trophies because I did pick up the modifier balance, this XP bonus. So force wave bonus of 0.5%. Now, when I looked at these before, I wasn't sure whether this force wave bonus was overall or just when you're playing balanced. Now it says an effect is specific to certain types of towers only if it's explicitly stated in the name. Now I thought the name was this here. The name is actually this. So when we look at some of these other trophies, Tower Cell Refund, that's going to apply to everything. Sniper Tower, this passive XP applies to everything. This basic tower, experience point modifier, applies to everything. This one is what clued me in. So this tower anti-air, I went ahead and got this trophy, attack speed basic, attack speed sniper. So now these two things only apply to those two towers. So that's kind of good information to know. I also picked up this scalar one. The scalar is +5 starting money and +1 to the scalar mines. The other one is this vector, +2 to starting health, and +2 and +1 to your vector mines. So these are all really good. These trophies are never negative, just a net positive as you progress through the game. I thought they were kind of random. I mentioned in the last video or the couple before that what I've noticed is they seem to come up through quests. So as you progress through quests and you get to certain wave bonus levels, you end up picking up a trophy. So these trophies are really, really good. They're kind of, in my comparison to the power level that I'm seeing here, this is very comparable to what we see in the research. So what I'm going to do here is I've accumulated, if you can look at the top here, we have 220 accelerator currency and then thousands of the green, blue, and purple currency. So we're doing pretty good. We got some decent amount of green papers as well. So I have been running and doing these levels, trying to progress the game a little bit. I might do some lives. I don't know that many people have watched the lives or many people watch these videos overall, but I am happy to see that a little bit more people are watching this. Hopefully, this series will start to pan out and we'll keep playing. I really enjoy playing this game, so it's probably going to be a series I stick with, as well as Rogue Tower and the Talented looks to be doing pretty good. If you haven't watched the Talented ones and you like tower defense with kind of a different spin on it, it's quite good. And it's fun to play. I like playing it. It's kind of more like an arcadey type game, where it's not super, super difficult, but it's just fun to do different builds and do different things. Kind of similar to this one. You got different builds. You can use that research tree to focus on one tower, focus on two, or focus on making everything better at once. You know, there's a lot you can do with this game to kind of, you know, put it in the direction of your choosing. And then the ability to make maps and do different things in this game is quite good, which we'll explore a little later. For now, let's see what we got to open up. I did save the chests and keys and stuff. What I am doing with the chests, you know, I'm not going to open any more chests or use any more keys for the colored keys and chests of the materials that I can't mine yet. I actually shouldn't even open these purple ones because the purple ones are going to have a small chance of opening up these. I think this is mythic or legendary. Forget exactly what the you know, wording on all of these is. Let's go and open these greens. The greens really don't have a very high chance of opening any purples. Sometimes you'll get them. There's one there. So I think I'm just going to open up the greens and the blues for now. And then once we open up that orange currency, then we'll start opening up the purples. Just having that chance to get a really good, you know, hit on the ores is quite good. So 389 there, 120 or 1200 papers. So I did pretty good on those. Let's go ahead and throw in on these blue ones. Pretty happy with that. Good. Oh, nice. That's a really good hit there. So we've got all three of the ores there. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So let's go and click on the papers, and then you get to this point where you can spend your keys. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the blue chest here again. Really, all that this is you're spending 10 keys to open up an additional blue chest. I don't think there's anything different about this blue chest versus the blue chest you find, but I could be wrong. I've not really seen much of a difference. Okay, pretty happy with those. We got some decent amount of ore to spend and currency to spend. I am going to go down here and take a peek at these bits here. Get 4 green chests for 1,500. There's no discount though, so I don't know if that's very good. I think I'm just going to leave these alone for now. So we do have a statistics as well. So statistics is, tracking quests and different achievements that you can have. So we go to achievements here. You'll see I've already done the Tower Defense 101. We've got 3 out of the 45 achievements. This one is get 3 stars on first 8 levels of stage 1. We did that. So you can't click here, but you can click on this little present. So the present gets us 2 more green chests to open. So with that, let's go back in here. Oops, sorry. Here we go. Let's open these and open. Okay. We'll look at research next. So what I'm going to do in this one is try to get to this 3.4. So we're going to start working through the stage 3 levels if we can. Don't think I can. Yeah, I can't open that until 3.4. Okay, so let's look around at what we can do here. We have a number of towers open up. I've improved them quite a bit. The one thing I want to do down here is try and see if I can get this one and get the green paper bonus. Let's research here. Excellent. Looks like I can get the green paper bonus. I'm going to go ahead and invest in this a couple of times until the ores are unreasonable. $500. I'm not opposed to this either for another 5%. Then we're kind of locked out of that one. The green peppers are really good to get those bonuses going just because it's used in pretty much everything. It's very rare when you don't have to spend green papers to get something. So I'm going to look at next is, am I in a position to open up another one of these stars? These stars are quite powerful. They give 10%, hits when other things are giving like +1 or +1%. So getting these stars opened up on some of your towers are quite good. You can see I managed to open up the basic tower, the cannon, the sniper, and the freezing tower. All of them have their first star open. Looks like we have enough to do this one. Looks like we can. And we've actually been hitting, levels where there's a lot of air stuff going on. So I'm not opposed to investing in this one either. I think I overinvested in this one. It's never a waste. It's just I shouldn't have actually put that one in there. So this is +10 rotation speed, +10 projectile speed. This one was projectile speed and damage. Quite good. So the next thing I want to look at is maybe levels. So I did increase the basic tower quite a bit. The cannon, the levels are getting, the very last levels like 500 and something right now. Same with the freezing. I think the splash tower I have at max of level 6. I might go ahead and up this one and then up the XP one because I am using these splash towers quite a bit. It's more to just do. So the drawback of the splash tower is it only does like 10% damage to the basic green enemies, and almost every level has those, and it doesn't do a lot of work against those as it's set up right now. So let's take a look at some of these middle tower power splash. I'm gonna put this probably on the basic tower. We use a lot of basic towers. Let's see. Freezing tower, can I do this as well? Yes. Now I'm out of currency there. Out of currency there. We've got about, so we're out of the purple. We've got blues and greens. So it's going to be some of the lesser powers. Again, I'm using the basic towers quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and invest in the purple there. Let's go ahead and grab XP. Just trying to kind of really pour into some of these towers. Freezing tower is quite good. This passive XP, I'm going to grab the level 1 of that. So we have that. I'm going to grab this one too. Passive XP. Oh, wait, that was level 2 that I grabbed. Yeah, it was already level 1. Let's grab, so that we have this activated here. Did I grab these? Yes. So I'm going to grab that one. Level 1. Okay. I think on the basic one, we're pretty good. Let's see if we got any to invest in over here. As far as mining goes, we have a lot here. Installation time on this purple miner, that might be okay. Invest in that. Let's do installation time on the blue. And projectile speed. Let's just do a general experience point modifier. Sure, we'll do projectile speed. Passive. We have everybody getting passive now once they get to the max level. So let's go ahead and do that. The tower cell, meh. I don't know. It's not great. Let's take the multiplier on the sniper as well. And that's looking pretty good at the moment. So we don't have any gold stars to spend. As I mentioned, I know this is running long as an intro, but I just want to cover this stuff. So the trophies are very, very similar to what you would get for these gold star bonuses. You know, like a plus 3% attack speed to everybody. You know, a little bit of starting health, you know, things like that. So those trophies might be, you know, equivalent to a 2 or a 3-point gold star allocation over here. So really important to find. They might actually be worth seeking out. You know, you can, oh, the other thing I know is you can just click on them and find out where they're at. Get 3 stars on level 5.8 to obtain. You know, beat certain waves on certain levels. So there's some really good trophies in here you might actually want to target onto. I don't know that you know what they do until you get them, but like here you can see this is the scalar, this is the matrix, this is going to be vector. So when we get this, it's going to be some type of a bonus tower. You get basically one of these extra miners, and then for the purple, and then you're going to get some sort of a bonus on it. So this one, we're actually going to run 3.1 right now. If we get to level 69, be all right. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in here and let's select the level. You can also, a couple things for select level. Now I'm going through a lot here. You can see on level 1.1, I've actually got it gold bordered. And what that means is I've completed every wave possible. There's 87 waves. I've completed every single quest. Now, it does take a lot of repetition to go through this, but every time I came in, I just kind of ran through 1.1 to 1.5. Just did it again and again and again until I started to accumulate a lot of quests here. You can see I'm you know, pretty decent way through here. This one I only have 3 quests left. You know, this one has 24 versus 32, so a little easier to get to. The other thing you'll notice is we get bonuses. So you see this times 4.5 bonus. So if you need green currency, that's pretty good. You know, any green currency you earn, the ores that you earn during this run, you'll get 4.5 bonus on those. Same here, you've got for matrix and vector, I think I'm just gonna say blue and purple, I don't remember exactly. And then paper bonus. So if you run these levels, you're gonna get bonuses to them. And you know, it's quite good. That's what I was doing before I started this one. You can see some of these levels have minus 100%. I was kind of bebopping around, getting the bonuses and collecting things on levels that I hadn't previously run. So you see a bunch of these minus 100%. So that's what I was doing there. So the other thing to notice is on stage 1, we've earned all the possible gold stars. On stage 2, we still have 4 lingering. We haven't run this bonus level yet. We still need to go back and earn 1 gold star here. I'll put those on video. Maybe I'll do the gold star run here first. This one's a quite complex map. There's a lot going on. You've got 4 different lanes that progress into one. It's not easy, but I think we only missed this one by like, yeah, we need to get to 62 and we got to 61. So I remembered it was like just one run. But today we're going to run this 3.1. So 3.1, let's take a look at it. 3.1 has a little bit going on. You can see the starting point is here, and a bunch of different mobs will come out. It looks like it's some flyers, some strongs, and some basics. Now, what's nice about this particular level is I don't see any weaks. So we may or may not put any splashes out. I'm not quite sure on that. Depends on the quests maybe. But a few splashes in here might be okay for these flyers. But we're going to have to use anti-aircraft, some splashes, and some... that's all I have for air. I wish I had more things that could aim at the air, but there's a lot of platform spots here. So we'll have to be careful about how we expand. And then also once you get down here, I think the pathing takes a little different turn for each of these. I think the air forces go straight down and the ground forces go around, if I remember right. It's been quite a while though. There's a variety of things to mine on this level. This is actually a fairly good level to do some mining. Green, blue, purple. And then once we get to the teal ones, but you can see you can put down a lot of mines and do quite a bit of mining here if you need to. So we need to get to level 51 and complete wave 51 on this level to get the 3rd gold star. We'll try for that. Score gained during 1 game and gained vector. So if we get 170 vector, we'll also get accelerated currency and some bonus green papers. Let's take a look at the let's take a look at the map here. But first we're going to buy up our abilities. So these abilities are things you can use during the run to extend your run. We have Fireball, and I'll review these because we haven't looked at these yet, since we had just Fireball and Blizzard. But Fireball kinds of deals a big explosion. Blizzard freezes things and leaves a little ice behind to slow enemies down. Windstorm pushes enemies in a 4-tile range back towards portals for 3 seconds. So it kind of looks like it reverses time. It just throws everybody back. They kind of pause for a second, then they start going again. It's pretty good. And then Thunder, 8 random electricity charges with 100% damage. Now, the one, kill enemies drop with 200% coins. You can get a lot of coins off of that. I don't like this one as much. What did I take out? Windstorm. Oh, I think I clicked the Fireball mistake. All right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So basically, you just want to click, I'll actually show you that again. Basically on these plus signs, once you have more abilities, you can add the ability by clicking the plus sign, then clicking the ability. I don't think I have shown that before. Also, once you get really, 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 really high level, you'll have like 10 of these or 8 of these. I forget what the maximum is. But the key thing to understand here is that these cost, ore and papers and stuff to generate and be able to make them to use. Now, these don't go away until you actually use them. So they'll go from level to level. But it gets really expensive after a while. So if you run a level and like you've blown all of your ability points, you can use one of these tickets and it instantly refreshes everything without paying anything else. Save these tickets until you get really, really high level. So let's click play. You can see this is quite an extensive map. Tons and tons and tons of platforms. So let's kind of look at where we got things going. So these greens are going to go straight. So that, I think the strongs go this way. So it must be the greens and one of the flyers go this way, and the strongs and one of the flyers go this way. We shall see. Let's look at what we want to do with our cold map. So our freezing map, guess we throw that there. There are no are no weak, so I don't think we're going to be using cannon, but let's take a look. Yeah, cannons, I can't fire at either of these. And they're not very effective and strong, and we're not going to have any weaks. So cannons are kind of out of the deal. You can see the splash towers. Maybe I will use more splash towers than I thought, because they do 50 and 50. They do 50. Yeah, they're going to be doing 50% of their damage to all the things other than the basic, which they do 10. So not terribly bad. They put out a lot of bullets. So I think splash over cannon. The snipers, that's our typical, green strong here. Yeah. All right. So we have this started. I think this is rotation speed. What do I want to put on things like this? This is a big damager. I think I'm just going to put a basic tower here. Just have that going. Then I think with projectile speed, I'm going to throw that on the splash tower. I have 77 points. This is attack speed. I'm going to throw a sniper here. Okay, so we kind of got one of each of the towers that we're probably going to be using. We're also going to be putting the anti-aircraft towers in. I'm not sure what wave we're going to need that by, so we're going to need that pretty early. So I'm probably going to throw 2 anti-aircraft towers in here somewhere. So let's take a look before we do this. We're going to look at, maybe we'll throw an anti-aircraft tower here because we could sell it later. But I want to look at the freeze map real quick. So if we freeze here and here, yeah, I think we're going to freeze here and here. That gets basically half the map frozen. And then we'll probably look to freeze maybe here and here. Might be a little bit, maybe even here. But yeah, we'll concentrate on these 2 first. Maybe this one first and then this one. So let's go ahead and get started. For this on speed 2, kind of speed things up a little bit. We have that splash. So I'm going to do that. Now, I might just put another splash here, but I need anti-aircraft. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to put anti-aircraft here. I'm also going to put an anti-aircraft here. I don't have time to dither, so we're going to just do some anti-aircrafts there. I'm going to pump them up a little bit, and then I'll need to look at where to put them up top. Yeah, no, normally I don't pump them up that much, but I think we're gonna need crud. No. All right, well, it is what it is. Let's put another basic tower out here. Yeah, I pumped this one up, but didn't notice that guy was gonna get by. Let's go ahead and slow things down a little bit. Let's take a look at another basic here. Put another sniper up here. Anti-aircraft. I have this one fire randomly. This one here. Let's throw a splash tower in here. I'm also going to throw another anti-aircraft back here. Normally I don't use the anti-aircrafts a lot. Once we have access to some of the other towers that can attack air units, I don't do a lot with them. But sometimes they're just your best, the best thing you have available. I'm going to sprinkle in some snipers in here. So we have those working. And let's see. So we have some freezings. Let's look at our freeze map down here. Yeah, if I freeze here and here and here, let's freeze here first. And then maybe I just freeze. Let's go and freeze here. Yeah, I just want everything kind of frozen. So we're just going to do that. And then we'll see if we can kill off these flyers with what we have here. All right, I'm going to speed things up a little bit now that we have the map a little bit laid out. I'm going to throw some more basic towers out. Their basic tower here. I'm going to put a splash here, basic tower here. I'm going to put a sniper tower here as well. It's kind of an odd place for it, but it's going to be what I want. Throw another sniper tower here again. And I don't know if that's good. Yeah, let's just throw an anti-aircraft there as well. I'm going to start to sprinkle in some mines. Do I have any blues? Yes, right here. So sprinkle in the basic mine levels. Let's get them installed. Then I need to start working on some towers here. Let's slow some things down. I think I'm a little behind on my tower progression. Let's just sprinkle in some basic levels here for everything. Yeah. So I think I'm about where I need to be with the flyers, but it's about to prove me wrong probably. But let's bump these towers up here. I've got two more of those platforms up here. Oh, I've got another one here. I'm going to put a sniper there too. I think I'm just going to fill these up with basics. We're going to try and just basic a lot of this stuff down if we can. Hopefully we've got enough anti-aircraft to make this work. Let's see if we can just get a freezing zone here to slow things down if I can. Oh, that is definitely not good. I don't have enough basics. Right. Well, I don't like this start, but man, there's a lot to click on. Let's slow things down. Let's get caught up. Hopefully some of these snipers will do well against the greens, but I need to pump this basic up if I can. Oops, sorry. Wow, that wasn't good. Well, I guess it doesn't matter with the flyers. It's not going to matter too much. All right, let's get a basic tower that's really going to do some damage here, and let's get going again. Hopefully it's going to kill off most of these greens. I'm going to basically make this a wall of anti-green stuff. Sprinkle in some anti-aircraft bonuses. Here, do that. Hoping that we can keep these things. Come on. All right. Not terrible, but not where I want to be on a lot of this. All right, let's see if we can get this pumped up some more. Okay, we're still doing okay with the anti-aircraft, but we're not doing okay with this. Use an ability here. I need to kill off more and more and more of these greens. This is what I mean about the splash towers. They're good. They just don't do any damage against the greens, and it's very difficult to maintain your. Okay, we did okay that time. I think we're getting the towers up where they're shooting a couple times and doing different things. So maybe we're starting to make some headway here. Get these basics upgraded. Sprinkle in some sniper shots here. Let's do that. All right, so let's upgrade this one and this one. Slow it down. Now we're going to have problems with the aircraft here. Hopefully this green is going to keep working. Yeah, that's not too bad. Even if we take a little bit of damage, it's not terrible. Gonna need some more damage here. Wouldn't mind the splash towers getting worked here a little bit. And I need to pay attention to the snipers. We've got snipers down here, but they're not leveled up. So we're gonna end up taking some random damage here. Let's see if we have to use we're gonna have to use the fire again. So that's where the ability kind of saves you. It lets you push the waves farther than you normally would have been able to. I'm going to try and push some of these sniper towers up because I'm going to do the reverse if I can. Yep. So let's do that. That kind of saved me a little bit. I'm going to reverse again. It's worth it with these, some of these levels. Just to push the levels in the beginning is quite good. But we're going to run out of, I'm going to blizzard this. Slow things down again. It's just going too fast for me to click on all of these things here. There's too much to upgrade. And if I upgrade, I might actually do okay with some of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and lightning these. Got level 4s. I'm going to upgrade this one. This one and use another lightning. All right, so we got 21 life left. I'm going to go a little slower here again because I've got like abilities popping and I'm going to need every little bit of this if I'm going to make it through this one. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze it here because there's so many, basic towers, and the basic towers are the ones that are going to do most of the work here. Lay down some additional bonuses here. If I can kill a few of these, I might be able to make it through a few more waves here. So this is kind of what you got to do if you're really interested in it. If you're not interested in pushing as far as you can every single run, don't worry about the abilities too much, but they can at least get you your 3rd gold star. That 3rd gold star, we needed to push that actually to get to where we are right now. It's 116. We've got some passive XP going. Fortunately, I missed this one. I was hoping we could upgrade this one, but I don't think we're going to be able to. We have no more abilities, so I think we're pretty much, our goose is cooked. Upgrade that now. We got another wave of these guys coming. I don't think I'm going to get 107. But let's go ahead and speed it up because there's nothing much else I can do. Yeah, other than putting some abilities on, I think we're pretty much at the end of the line here. Would love to upgrade this one because it has attack speed on it. That might actually be the way to go, is upgrade this one and the one with the power here. Get this one upgraded, we might be okay. We got a lot coming at us. Yeah, and then these dudes here are not going to do us kindly. Okay, there's only 4 of them, so we'll get through that. Now, of course, it throws a green wave at us. All right, let's upgrade that one since it just got its extra power there. Pretty much done here. There's no way to stop all this unless, the current towers stop it. Yep. That was a really good, nice deep run for a first pass. It was good enough to even earn the trophy. So we got the trophy here. 3 gold stars. This is a fantastic run here. I'm very, very happy with this. Lots and lots of loot. So back to main menu. Now, what that does for us, level-wise, is it opens up 3.2 and 3.3. The other thing it did is it opened up a new tower. So what I want to do on this is to just push towards this. And this is the multi-shot tower. It's going to shoot lots of bullets around, and I believe it can also shoot at air units. This was my main anti-air. It pretty much replaces that anti-air gun because this multi-shot can shoot at both air and the ground targets. And I believe the other one can that just opened. So I wanted to show you in the research, we have access to a new tower called the Blast Tower. Damages enemies in its radius with a chance to stun. So this particular tower is going to be a good one to set up in corners, stun things where there's a lot of towers around it. It's got a lot of different uses. It's a pretty cool little tower. It has that like it sends out little earthquakes and stuff. So it's pretty good. Now the first thing I'll go ahead and just expend some points here for it. I always try and get this U shape going as fast as I can. So let's do that. Let's research the levels, the damage. Here and here. So U-shape accomplished. We're running out of, what we need to actually advance things. However, reduce the cost, and that's about where we'll be. But it's a new tower. Then we get the multi-shot tower next. This tower we can start pumping, expenditures into. It's an okay tower, if I remember right. It's one that you kind of want to get to a workable level and then kind of leave it. It's maybe about the same type of investment that you'd want to put into the cannon, like get to this first star for sure, and then start putting things in, and getting up here, getting some special abilities activated. And then, I plan to invest heavily in this multi-shot tower. And then let's see, we've got 3 gold stars, which does not allow us to put anything in. However, our aim is to get to this max, or what was it? No, this one, loot rarity. And it was over here somewhere. So loot rarities were really what we're aiming at here. Previous research. Oh, we're out of, we spent all of our green papers. We actually have enough gold stars. I just, spent all the green papers pumping this tower up into that shape it's in now. So we'll be able to snag the loot rarity on the next one. I'll probably snag it in between, and we'll have our first target. Then we'll talk about what we want to target next. If you have any advice on if you're playing, and you have any advice on where you're going on this gold tree here, let me know, because there's things to definitely fire towards, and that I think are powerful. But maybe you've gone a different way and had good luck with another route. Let me know. I went with the gold coin generation and loot rarity. So let me know how you're liking the game. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.